What to say, eh, about the old Venezuela? Definitely a problem, eh? I mean, right off the obvious, only an absolute sociopath would be so obvious about it. That's what I can say about that. I mean, Guado coming on the scene just all of a sudden like that, and all these countries around the place supporting him as the leader of Venezuela. It's pretty obvious that they've all got their stories straight, haven't they? It's fucking ridiculous, man. I mean, how much more obvious can they be, man? Far out. And it's quite something, because Maduro has been under a lot of pressure because of this external influence, and now he's been entirely validated. What he's been saying has been entirely validated, and I'm not talking about the little sound bites that you get over here in the West. This is the people living there, people say, oh, he's stolen all the people's money and he's not doing this, not doing that. And the thing is, the economic system in Venezuela has been put into shock. Okay, put into shock. And that's why he's done that. It's hard to know for me though what actually has gone on, but I know that when the US has come along and is determined to get involved with another country's internal politics, like is what is happening, directly contrary to what Trump had promised, this is true colours. This is true colours, man. And so, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, what's Russia think about it? The thing is, another thing is that they really have got they got nothing. I mean, this is a desperate attempt. This is the same game. We came, we saw, he died, and this is just the iteration according to Venezuela. And they tried it in the US, except in the case of the US, they are very well educated, and they have a lot of guns. So they could only do a certain amount, and they failed. They failed there, and they failed at Syria. They would say, America's a Christian country. They say the Jewish people are religious people. They say, but the old truism, all evil needs is for good men to do nothing, is true. And as we see in the case of Syria, Russia stepped in and sorted it out. And America's going, oh, we stopped ISIS. You stopped funding them and arming them. See, this is the point of the revelation of the 8 laws. Because the values that exist, that these people should want to have the compulsion to control and have the compulsion for all this money, these are all replications of the function of anxiety. And Trump and his big State of the Nation, we're the biggest oil producers in the world. Actually, maybe they would be if they had control of Venezuela's oil. Maybe they would be. It being the largest deposit of oil in the world, type thing. But like anxiety, here's the reality of the revelation of the outlaws. When conventional wisdom is that anxiety is wisdom and virtuous, people generally say something they feel is politically credible. Okay? And that means everything that has been said is questionable. Okay? Because it's been said under that value system. And so for what purpose, exactly what purpose were we told Venezuela have the biggest oil reserves in the world, or words to that effect, or the intimation that is what they believe. And so yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen next, but I know that my phone fits in my steering wheel really well, which you probably just noticed. And yeah. So like the old alcoholic, they won't care. They'll just keep lying, and they'll say anything to get more credit. Okay, because they're a junkie mentality, right? And so they'll say anything to get more credit. Okay. But I saw this interview this morning, the Fox Business interview with that woman, the blonde woman, who looked like, oh my God, it was kind of, it was pretty despicable. I mean, it was right out of 1984, it was, oh God, it was too much, man. So yeah, no, that was really different. That was with Pompeo. I mean, for Pompeo to sit there and say things like that, you know what? According to the Revelation of the Outlaws, and according to me, who wrote the Revelation of the Outlaws, they have no value of relationships, because what they're doing is not the thing of a nurturer. What they're doing is what someone who is averse to communicating does. And that's the fact of that, man. They have an aversion to communicating, which is proved because they keep making up the big fat lies. They keep making up the big fat lies. And so yeah, the fire engine, fucking fires. So they give us something to fucking talk about, over here, man, by fucking, now there's all these fires going on, right, in Nelson. So that's something different, and I'm pretty interested to see the location of it exactly. Yeah. And so yeah, no, that's something. Yeah, but I mean, what's going to happen next? So China's got to step into the Venezuelan thing, because that's just another incident. It's just another instance of what difficulty China's having with this trade thing, because the trade thing isn't really the trade thing. And I'll say this, I say that because the system that exists in the West likes to attenuate as much wealth created by the people, the middle class, as possible, as a matter of principle, which is according to the belief that anxiety is wisdom. And so that's what everyone's really up against. It's this belief that anxiety is wisdom and what lengths anxiety will go to win. And you know that it's all in all the time, right? Okay, so this is this blatant, overt, shameless action in Venezuela by the US. My goodness. I mean, they've kept it out of the news, and a very interesting thing came out, this political radio thing in New Zealand, right? You know, he directly asked our Prime Minister, which way are you going on the Venezuelan thing? You're supporting this new guy, or are you going to stay out of it? And Jacinda Ardern, who's our Prime Minister, you know, who's the rigged election Prime Minister, because we have MMP. Yeah, she'll stay out of it, and that's a really good thing. Yeah. So yeah, no, that's my thoughts on it. And you know, I'll just say as a parting thought that according to anxiety and the belief that anxiety is wisdom, these sorts of things seem to become the news. Okay. But actually, the creative types have the news. The creative types are doing the new stuff. They're inventing the new stuff. And where these other people, they're just creating bad news. You know, they're creating events to make it look like they're a big player, man, you know. And which is why the media always frame things that they're a big player in what's going on. And so yeah, the creative types coming through with some really, really good stuff. Elon Musk, man, shout out, man. You know, but these guys aren't newsworthy. And but I keep an eye on it on YouTube, and yeah. Anyway, have a good one, man. You know, I'll make this video, but I'm going to make another one because there's more to say about things, and so stand by for part 2.